That's right, it's a two-hander, which means I'm going to be playing as Jacob and Esau. No, I'm just kidding. I got a second person here.
Mm-hmm. I'm the second guy. I'm Marty.
Might remember him from famous series such as The Witness and Omicron, and of course the Persona series, which we just got done recording.
Yeah. Oh, we're done? We're done recording?
Oh, yeah, we're done recording. To be honest, I would like to be done recording, but that's...
Mm-hmm.
By the way, nobody actually knows who you are because, you know...
I mean, these are the most... I thought you told me... That
Nobody watches anything except for Dead Cells. I'm sorry.
You told me the Persona series was the most popular thing on the channel.
Oh, man. And if only it was. Certainly I do. That was like the original thing that I was planning to do as far as like what the channel was going to be based around. You remember?
I do, now that you mentioned it.
We were doing those early streams. Well, anyway, Bethany. We've seen Bethany before. Got the Lemegaton. Good stuff. I'd like to see if I can't knock out some more stuff. And as much as I would like to see new characters, and we're doing kind of like like I said, the two-hander episode, why not just go for something that we've already seen before?
Mm-hmm.
Book allows her to create wisps that have the same... that are like destructible, but have the same abilities as regular items, which is like surprisingly powerful. You get a lot of charges here. You can get like tons and tons of items and become incredibly powerful, like I did the first time that I was using Tainted Bethany here. That said, I don't think that's going to happen this time. Kind of hard to do so. Also, you use red hearts as far as charges go, which means that you can get even more sticky bombs.
Nice.
Yeah, they sticky. Also gives me 5 bombs, which is maybe more important.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you've been watching the Binding of Isaac series? No, of course you haven't. Just tell me right now. I never watch
the videos on your channel unless it directly involves me.
Unless I can inflate my own ego with them.
The only books I've ever read, most people haven't read or written more books than they've read, but I have.
And then you read the books you wrote, right?
Yeah, of course. I've never read a book that I didn't write myself.
The only time I'll appear on TV is on TV. I think we might have to start this episode over. I mean, God knows that it's just like one of these things where you get a second person on here. Of course, my gameplay is going to go very badly to start. Yep. Having a character that can't get traditional health, only gets like the temper. Okay, fine. Yeah, at least he got what's coming to him. That's okay, though. I got to be using the Megaton. What I want to do is I want to wait until I get into like good rooms, because the item you get is based on the room you use it in. If I use it right now, I think I just get generic treasure room items. Use it in the secret room, you get secret room items, and that's some good stuff. Yeah, I should just use it to like get something. Stigmata, damage up. Yeah, no, that's good.
That's a pretty weird character that you just killed. Like, what is that enemy called?
That's Gluttony.
Okay.
It is. There are, what is it? The full host of 7 Deadly Sins? Super 7 Deadly... Well, actually, that's not too bad. There's my secret room. Super 7 Deadly Sins, which are just like more powerful versions of them. And then 2 ultra versions of the 7 Deadly Sins, which are even more powerful. Okay, that can break rocks. It's actually not as bad as
I feel like the Binding of Isaac is almost as convoluted as the Bible on which it's based.
Oh, God knows that it's just like, it is a game that it's been in development for, well over 10 years at this point in time. Because I swear it was like, I don't know, 2008, 2009, maybe it might have been like 2010, that OG Flash version of Binding of Isaac came out. And now it's 2021, and we just got what probably, I'm going to say very likely is going to be the final update. That's what they say about every update, but I think this one is actually going to be it.
What is the percentage for completing everything?
Oh, like, what do you mean by like? Because that's a weird question just by itself.
I mean, like I know, like, is it 1,000,000%? Like I think it was a few updates ago.
Oh, I think this one, the ultimate, that's not that good of an item. The ultimate prize for completing everything is called Dead God.
Okay.
And it's like infinity. It's infinity percentage.
It's like you can't go
completion.
any further than that, right? You've already gotten to Dead God.
I am 100 achievements away from that. Of 700, so I'm doing good.
Is it always 100, by the way?
Oh, I can take a quick check on this, actually. So, yeah, I got 507 achievements completed, 123 remaining.
Oh, my God.
Look, when I stopped playing this, when the before the DLC came out, I had all the achievements, all of them, every single last one. So it's like that should tell you how much was added in Repentance.
Yeah,
I mean, got the tainted characters by themselves.
It's one of those things where I was kind of joking about the dead god being like, you can't go any further now, because like you can just indefinitely extend this game. You just add new characters, new enemies, and make sure it basically balances. It's a sandbox for developers and for players. You can play it as many times as you want. You'll probably not get sick of it for at least a few thousand hours.
For quite a while. I mean, there are people that have made entire YouTube channels based around this. I've talked about like Northern Lion, my eternal, and basically anybody that does roguelites, eternal struggle to try and match up to that dude. Just like this is his game, and he's gotten. I remember a couple of years ago or something saying he had like 3,000 hours in this game. Yeah. And he's one of many. And you know, it's like I say that it's like it's infinity percent. You gotta remember, there's 3 save files in this game.
Well, you know, there's
true completion is all 3 of them. It's wacky. Anyway, Parasite, split shot. As you can see, my shots now split when they hit an enemy. Very powerful if you get stuff that like causes your tears to splash around. Stuff like there's an item called the skipping stone, or is it called just a flat stone, I think, which basically makes it so that your tears skip along the ground. That combined with this would be amazingly good to get. I got no hope on that, considering there's now literally hundreds of items in the game. What am I doing here? Let's just take a look at what we already got accomplished. Right. First one was going to Delirium. So we can go a traditional route. We can go one of the new routes that has been added in the latest DLC. Go like Mega Satan. Any opinions?
I don't know. The one that was Mega Satan sounds scary.
Mega Satan is pretty silly. Also, for all the Tainted characters, which again doubled the character count in the game after this, after they already added 2 characters, just by giving like slightly twisted versions. There's so much content in this game; it's absurd. It's no surprise that I've been spending like the last month just playing this game alone. Yeah. And it's like I lost my stigmata. That was my damage up. Damn it. Oh, one of the things I didn't actually talk about, Bethany, with when the last episode is that she actually does get lessened effectiveness of items, which is an interesting thing. They're like anything that gives you like a stat up is 75% as effective as it would be for other characters, because you know this book thing gives her tons and tons of extra items.
What is that chain thing that she's holding?
Oh, that is Samson's chain, as described in the that was the item that I got for using Omegaton in the secret room. It is it's a ball and chain. Breaks rocks. It blocks shots. It doesn't actually slow you down at all, so it's like actually legitimately a pretty good item.
How does this relate to the biblical character? Like, is it filled with honey?
You know what the biblical character, like Samson was chained up. That was like he didn't only do callbacks to the Witness series.
The hair thing, the temple, yeah, etc. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, Tainted Samson is actually post shearing of his incredible locks. Samson is always like a weird character in the Bible because it's like he was not a very biblical. He's more like a Hercules type of character. I wonder how he found his way into the holy book in the first place. Broken stopwatch occasionally slows enemies down or speeds them up. That's why it's broken. I gotta say I'm not a big fan of getting that as an item. I was hoping for something good, because the shop items are always utility stuff. They give you like some sort of useful effect rather than just like a plain old damage up or whatever in whatever way. Yeah, there's the stopwatch working for me.
Well, I'm guessing you probably don't like it when you have like an RNG effect on them, on characters. That just
we're talking about the Binding of Isaac. RNG is just unavoidable. This re-rolls all basic consumables, not items, but like coins, bombs, hearts on the entire floor.
Oh, so, I just mean but like an item, like a broken stopwatch that isn't consistent. Like that seems like that would be really hard on these games because you need to know what it's gonna do.
Oh, yeah, I mean, honestly, there's a regular stopwatch, too, which, I mean, it's just the broken stopwatch, but more consistent. I think they lessened its effect, though, so it's like, when the broken stopwatch actually slows down stuff, it really slows them down, whereas the regular stopwatch is half speed.
Okay.
So it's like, there's a case to be made, but, yeah, the inconsistency is not great. find it. Hey, you remember how Stigmata was the first item that I summoned with the Lemegeton?
Uh-huh.
Here it is again, baby!
Wow.
Again, hundreds and hundreds of items in this game. This happened before, too, where I got, like, multiple copies of items. It's like, I know mathematically that it's more likely, the birthday question. It's like, 30 people in a room or something. The likelihood of two people having the same birthday is way higher than you might think, but still, it just...
Now, do you have things like you have, like, in Hades, they have, like, a boon... The system is, like, you have favored gods. Like, for a run, you get Athena and, Zeus for a run, and you're gonna see more boons from them as you go on in the run. Is it something like that?
It's actually, there's like an entire system based around different rooms. So, for example, shop rooms are going to have different items than treasure rooms. Devil deals, angel rooms are going to have different items from each other. Boss rooms are going to have like basic stat ups and stuff like that. So what you want to do is you want to like try and then it's just like skipping devil rooms makes angel rooms more likely to appear. Skipping item rooms makes planetariums more likely to appear, which have their own set of items. And you want to kind of like balance where you want to go or where you don't want to go for however your run is working.
Yeah.
It is arcane, inscrutable knowledge to even figure this out. Even if you have like the wiki open for this entire thing, it's wacky. Ultimately, I would like to say that for Binding of Isaac, it's like, even if you have kind of like a bad run to start with, eventually, if you stick it out, there's going to be enough items to turn it good.
Yeah,
probably.
With Hades is very similar.
Maybe.
You get to like the end, and there's a pretty good chance you're going to beat it at that point because you just have to get like one thing that gives you a Death Defiance in that case. But like, yeah, you get one really good item, and it changes the whole run.
Speaking of really good items that change the whole run, Incubus just follows you around and shoots your exact shot.
Nice.
It's just a complete copy.
Wow.
It's good. It's very good. It's basically double damage. Guppy's Head, one room recharge, summons friendly blue flies, which home in on enemies and deal damage. It's good, but it's not worth It's not worth putting myself at half a soul heart. That would be way too much. I also got the Lemegeton in there, giving me Guppy's Tail. Makes chests more likely to spawn as the room reward for clearing a room. Good, very good. As long as you got the keys to open them. And then what was the other item that I got? The other little baby next to me, the demon baby. Just when it gets near enemies, it shoots at them. It shoots pretty fast. Does Isaac's base damage. It's good.
Seems like this run is going somewhere then.
This run is certainly going good. I do, however, if I'm going to be going for Mega Satan, there's an entire you can't just go for Mega Satan. You gotta actually there's like an unlock thing that I need to do. And unfortunately, taking devil deals, it's like as good as they are, does kind of put me at a little bit of a disadvantage. There's still ways I can get around that, but I'm gonna have to do some shenanigans. If nothing else, if I can't actually do Mega Satan, I got a lot of things to unlock. As you see, that post-it note is very bare right now.
Yeah, and I'm totally fine with that. I was just suggesting because it's not, I don't know what Mega Satan is, and I just thought it sounded funny. Like
it is a very large form of Satan. Satan is actually a normal boss fight in this game. It's actually an end boss fight in this game. Mega Satan is more. It's actually totally worthwhile to go for Mega Satan as the Tainted characters, because Tainted characters all have very consistent unlocks. Basically, each one of the normal... If you finish all the normal routes, you get a trinket. If you finish the mother fight, you get a trinket. Beast and Delirium is an item unlock. The Delirium fight is... how do you describe it? Whatever the character's gimmick is. How to jump does that. It's actually not too bad. I can go and get that chest now.
Nice.
Yeah. Delirium is like whatever the character's gimmick is. The Lemegeton for unlocking it for all the other characters. For Bethany, for example. Oh yeah, I can also do. Hey, golf's okay though. Well,
yeah,
I mean, golf would be
really
okay.
Overactive gag reflexes, so I really related to that.
I mean, I didn't. These things, when you destroy them, have the chance of do big funny fart poop and deal damage to me.
Dear me.
Okay, come on, Annie. Jump over there. There we go. Come on, Isaac, you can do it. And jump back, and okay, fine. I guess we're not going to do that. I hate this. I mean, this is like, look, how to jump is not a good item in most circumstances, but it's like I was thinking maybe it could do whatever. Look, we're just gonna continue on with the run now. Before I get any more tilted. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes. Delirium is like unlocking whatever character's gimmick is, like a Lemegaton in Bethany's case. And then Megacyte is actually unique because it unlocks a new type of like consumable or like chest type. Isaac gets like super chests that require multiple. Look, this is a good run still. It's just you know.
I understand.
I'm struggling here. Isaac unlocks Mega Chest, which is like a chest that requires multiple keys to open, but contains extra huge amount of stuff or like even items.
God, this is so complicated. Every aspect of this game is just like
flight.
its own universe. It's like the Star Wars fandom, but it's the entire Star Wars fandom in a
like
single
straight
game.
up. The entire reason why I'm doing this whole thing where I'm trying to explain what like every single item does is because I was watching a Northern Lion video. And I remember explicitly somebody in the comments said, I like when he is doing co-op because that means he actually has to explain what items do. And I'm like, this is the man who made a career off of playing this game and people still don't know how things work.
No.
It's like, okay, clearly there's like a market for just explaining this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, the item that I got in the secret room was Transcendence. It gives me flight, meaning that how to jump has now been entirely outclassed. And doing that entire thing where I took so much damage flying over there was entirely pointless. I'm being driven to insanity.
You now know how to jump. It's not.
Oh, I still can jump. But like,
well, you
flight
gotta,
is
like,
just.
you gotta jump before you can fly.
No, I'm mad. But what are you gonna do? That's Isaac for you, baby. Isaac gives, Isaac takes away. Fanny pack, when you upon getting hit, you drop a random consumable. Could be anything from a coin to like bombs, keys, whatever. It's good. I'll take it. I got the money for it. I'm mad that I just got flight after spending all of it. And this is not like refillable health. This is like temporary health. Once it's gone, it's gone.
Is it something specific to the character?
No, actually, any character can get soul hearts, but some characters can only have soul hearts. This is one of them. Ooh, okay. Rock Bottom is a fun item. So, Rock Bottom actually might be the sort of thing that like really makes this run start to pop off. Once my stats are raised, they can no longer be lowered. Well, they can't be lowered at all, in fact. In other words, items that are just like, gives like a really high damage up, but also gives like a super high fire rate down. Just gives me the damage down.
That seems
temporary
like
things like temporarily doubles my damage is now a permanently doubles my damage.
Yeah, that's why these games are impossible to like effectively model with a computer because there's just so much fucking complexity with that kind of thing. Like, okay,
I mean, I am playing the video game.
Yeah.
But it's just like, all I gotta do is just go get something that gives me like a temporary big buff or something, and I get huge damage up for, well, as long as I keep this item. I might lose.
Like, how do you model though, like an item that makes 10 of your items better, or you know what I mean? Like,
this gives an overall. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. We'll take it. I didn't have the health to pick it up. I wasn't paying attention. Look. Okay. Let me explain really quick. That item, if I had the health to pick it up, upon using it, would give me reusable soul hearts. So basically, that would be my health for the rest of the game. But I was so excited to see something that would help me with the health, which was something that I was struggling with this entire time, that it's like I didn't even think, right, I'm gonna die if I pick it up.
Yeah.
I was so zeroed in on the fact that I would have gotten, sure, why not? That I would have gotten like a really good upgrade that didn't even think of the consequences.
That's pretty funny.
That's like, I think it's the whole like two-hander thing that is making me play worse here, because otherwise, I don't fucking know, man. That's horribly embarrassing. That would have been the thing, though, to make the run like really pop off. Let me tell you. 6-room recharge, but it's like I would have been able to just get health every 6 rooms.
Yeah. So if would you have been able to get the help to do that?
Oh, no, because the Devil Deal actually has, like, whatever the chance was that would open in the first place, it also has an equal chance to close after you leave the room.
Oh, okay.
So it probably would have been closed by the time I got back there. Oh, well, yeah. So anyway, hey, we get Isaac. I played as Isaac last time, also died to hubris, as you do. But he's actually like a genuinely really good character, even in Tainted form. He gets 2 choices for every single item he comes across, kind of switches back and forth between it. You'll see it soon enough. And but he only can carry 8 items at a time. However, the items that you can get, as you've seen, are so ridiculously powerful that... Well, some of them can be so ridiculously powerful that 8 items is plenty to beat the game.
So basically the Tainting thing, it's just like you add a Tainted version of each character. And
Yep, I can actually go show you right now. It's like, okay, so here's the regular lineup. And here's the Tainted lineup.
Ooh, and it's exactly the same, it's just darker. Is that right?
No, they got like different stuff going on with them.
Okay. I mean,
like,
the characters
example,
are different. It's just that, like, the screen literally gets, like...
Oh, it's not only does it get like more dilapidated and like water stained and everything. Also, it gets a very slightly different background track in the back where it gets like a little bit of vocals. I like it. It's fun. BFFs improves any sort of familiar that I would get. For example, that Incubus that I got in the last run would get double damage. So it's like that would be doing my damage, and then it would also be doubled if I got BFFs. Nice. Voodoo Head makes more curse rooms. Those are the ones that have like the spikes around them to enter. Usually got good stuff in them. That's just the power bracelet from Zelda. Lets you pick up rocks. Yeah. That's it. Yep. And then Sharp Plug lets you use half a heart to charge 1 bar of an active item.
Oh, nice. Yep.
There's uses for it, but that's usually one of those ones that you take when it's like you're doing really wacky stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, Curse Chest giving me something good here. Got Juicy Sack. Familiar follows me around. Ooh, dime. Familiar follows me around, occasionally spawns spiders, and also slows down enemies. And Guppy's Collar gives me a 50% chance to revive with half a heart. Both of these are garbage. 50% chance to revive with half a heart if I die. But also works towards the Guppy transformation, which I might be going for. Bumbo collects coins and can give me stuff. Whatever, who cares? I need coins right now. Or Brown Nugget, which I guess is what I'm going to be taking. Active item, recharges over time. Spawns a turret fly that shoots at enemies. Who cares? Garbo. I mean, in all likelihood, considering I only have a certain amount of slots open to even carry items in the first place, these things are probably going to get yeeted into the void soon enough.
Yeah, is that one of those young people's words, or are they like 25 now?
No, it's a me word. Nobody uses that word anymore. It's like how I dab after every time I die in any game, even though you can't see it.
I feel like it
used
was
to be
really
cool.
big for about 2 years, and
I miss dab. I miss dabbing.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Dabbing was fun. I liked dabbing, but it's no longer cool to do so anymore. I want it to come back. I want it to come back in a big way. And the Macarena. That's a lie. I don't.
Yeah, no, that was pretty.
Stapler damage up. Yeah.
I want Santana featuring Rod Thomas to come back.
Rob Thomas from the Matchbook Men.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that ever went away, really. Think about it.
Yeah, I guess, come to think of it, I just heard like 3 Santana songs just this morning, so.
I would legitimately suggest listening to Abraxas. That is, not only does it have Oya Como Va and like a Black Magic Woman on it, it's just it's just like banger after banger, man. I'm telling you.
Nice.
But not even even some of the ones that you might not have heard about. Great tracks. I actually just listened to it last week.
Santana is great. I actually like.
No,
Santana
I like Santana a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, that Supernatural album with Smooth. Everybody knows about Smooth, but it had 3 or 4 good tracks that were like legitimately excellent tracks, and the whole album was very good. All the songs were good on that.
Was it? I mean, I don't know, because I only ever really know about, of course, Smooth on there.
Yeah.
Because it's like that was literally played every second of every day from the years of 1995 to 2005.
Yeah, and that one was Santana featuring. Yeah, okay, we're
To be fair, it's just like, you know, the entire reason with Rob Thomas matching up with these are okay. Neither of them are really worth taking. Acid Baby spawns pills occasionally, and on taking a pill in a room will poison all enemies in the room. Boil Baby just shoots out shots randomly when it gets near an enemy. Actually, it shoots out a lot of shots, which is not bad, but I don't think it's worth even using the bomb to go get them. Because, again, they're going to be yeeted into the stratosphere like Rob Thomas. Well, anyway, the entire thing with the Rob Thomas is just like, yeah, I mean, Santana, of course, like pretty big in the 70s and everything. But by the time that Smooth, I think it was 1999, came out, was, you know, he wasn't as popular anymore, but still very much somebody who would be willing to, you know, give his special talents to sort of a big, what do you call that, like collaboration album like that?
Yeah, like a lot of the songs were like Supernatural had a bunch of like vocal tracks like that were by singers who were not Santana. Like it was just,
right. I mean, a lot of tracks on there were like a collaboration with a lot of different people.
Yeah,
so it's like technically it wasn't really. Ooh, I'm gonna take Mom's Box.
It really wasn't like a coherent theme to the album. It was just like, oh, well, let's have Santana do a bunch of cool songs.
Basically, we have very talented artists who have not been in the public eye for a little while. Let's give them you know, just like a bunch of songs, and that was the really popular one.
Yeah, we got something here.
Minecrafter, I think it's called, lets you wield a pickaxe instead of shooting tears. It's interesting. Can also cleave its way through rocks too, which is okay. Tear Exploder explodes tears that are currently in the air into like a bunch of smaller tears. It's not very good. Okay. Mom's Box, +1 luck when holding it, doubles the effectiveness of trinkets, spawns a trinket every 4-room charge. You can use it to spawn a trinket. I just got Nose Goblin, which lets me shoot out booger tears, which stick to enemy, dealing damage over time. It is quite good, in fact, because that is a lot of extra DPS that I can potentially get. Booger tears are great. That's it.
Okay.
Also doubly effective.
Random thought. Do you think Binding of Isaac seems like a very American game in some way? Like
it is
like
super American. I mean, you got to remember that it's just like a huge amount of the plot has to do with like televangelist.
Yeah. Okay.
Like sort of theology. Hence,
okay.
A lot of the stuff. I didn't want to take that. I want to take the other thing.
Anyway. But you know, like a lot of American, like a lot of American culture is kind of like, okay, it's British culture, kind of warmed over. It's not terribly different. Not all of it, of course. But just this specifically seems like this. I mean, it's obviously like a Funhouse mirror version, but it's like this reminds me of like being a latchkey kid in certain ways. Just that.
You know, the latchkey is an item you can get in the game.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
+2 keys, +1 soul heart, and +1 luck. Yeah.
Like, this is a game that does not make sense. Like, some games, it's like, you know, Dead Cells, you could set that. I guess it does make sense to set that in France or something. But, like, this could only take place in the United States, maybe Canada. But even then, it doesn't feel like even Canadian.
I mean, it is it's not only that, it's also a very, like, how do you even describe it? I suppose it's a Newgrounds game. It's like this, even at the time, it's like the whole like gross out thing and all the poop and everything is very like notable to Newgrounds and its whole style.
Yeah.
Originally made in Flash too. So it's just like, you know, it's not even just like of its culture, it's of its time, I think.
Yeah, and
that said, the gameplay is so solid, it still works anyway.
It also kind of has like that grotesque thing that like a lot of like American, you know, like I don't know, John Waters or something, the guy who did Addams Family.
I would say Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, I was also thinking of that. Yes,
because that is just it's a very By the way, the item I got. I'm gonna die. Never mind. Wait. It could be revived due to the collar.
I don't...
No.
Oh, what was that, like a 50-50 thing?
Yeah, it was a 50-50 chance to have that happen. Dang. Whatever. Try it one more time. We'll go one more. Keeper. Oh boy. Okay, so shopkeeper, basically.
Okay.
This is literally the shopkeeper. It's also greed. I mean, one of the 7 deadly sins that we were talking about before.
So
made into a playable character, basically. He doesn't have actual health. He has coins for health. And that means that basically on taking he can only take 2 points of damage, which is rough. However, the Tainted Keeper is interesting because on killing enemies, as you can see, he spawns coins. Yeah. And it's basically a mad dash to try and pick them up before they disappear.
Yeah,
that basically means as long as you're aggressive enough, you really can't die. Well, as long as you can kill things. In bosses, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. However, he also has to buy all of his items. Stuff that was given away for free before now costs money. So hope you're very aggressive and very quick about gathering everything. It's an interesting character, I'll say that. Challenge character, no doubt. Also, this the funny thing is that the original Keeper is based on like normal greed, who gets a triple shot. The Tainted Keeper is based on super greed, the super form of it, which gets a quad shot, and also has like the coins in the eyes, which is cute.
Yeah, that is cute. Does it actually lose them as you take damage?
I don't lose coins when I take damage. Coins are my health. Okay, sure.
Okay. I mean,
coins are my health.
Is like when you're down to 1 coin of health, you have 1 eye left.
No, you don't actually see that on the character. Okay. But I mean, that is basically what it represents.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I think, it looks cuter if it always has 2 eyes.
Don't worry, I'm probably going to get the eyes replaced by, like, I don't know, spikes or something soon enough. as Binding of Isaac tends to do. Okay, but yeah, this is a rough character. However, there's good potential here. He also has a gimmick where all hearts in any level immediately turn into like the friendly flies, the friendly attack flies, which is okay, but not like something super important. Yeah, see, that would have spawned hearts otherwise. Why did I even go in here? I don't know what it was. Evil Eye shoots out an eye that also shoots out my shots occasionally, as you can see. Fortunately, it doesn't get the quad shot that I have. Oh well.
So it's basically just like an 8% increase in health. Is nothing.
God. Just keep going. Just keep going. Keep collecting. I mean, the funny thing is that it's just like, yeah, you're basically playing as the greed boss, and you have to be super greedy and coin obsessed in the run. It's very cute. Pandora's box that I got does different things based on the floor that you're currently on. I think here it would spawn a bunch of soul hearts for me, which would immediately turn into flies. But like later floors will spawn items and like a lot of money and stuff. That's good stuff. Let's keep going. One of the helpful things, though, with the Keeper is that even like devil deals and everything do cost money rather than costing health, which means it's easier to buy stuff.
Yeah, and that's another like kind of I don't know what you call that, like commentary on the nature of greed. Like you can buy anything you want.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you got the cash for it. And as long as you're like obsessed with always constantly grabbing coins every single second that you possibly can in the game.
Yeah,
they go away fast, baby. Trenchant,
and,
but also, I mean, it's clever. Ow.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that was close. Man, I am like so close to dying right now. Yeah. It's a challenge character. Like even the original
you're always close to dying, really. I mean, if you get hit once or twice.
2 times. Well, depending on, I guess, if I get the money or not. Yeah. Whatever. What do I have to unlock right now? We can go let's try to go for Mega Satan again.
Okay.
Because I think that it's just like, getting like some basic item stuff could be cool. Might be cool. Keeper also makes it just... I mean, it's really easy with the Keeper to fill up like the donation machine, which you can bomb to get money in the shop. So I have been playing as him a lot recently. That's also why I got... Basically, anytime I get a good run, I would just try and see it to the end while I was just doing some basic grinding out of cash. That's why I managed to have like a surprising amount of completion marks, despite the just sheer difficulty of this character. He does not have any survivability.
So you never get any better at that, like.
No, you can't get any more health in the game. This is it.
Wow.
This is all you get.
It's basically like a semi-cursed character.
I would say, yeah, challenge character. That's how I described it. I think that's.
I don't say cursed because you have more than one health.
Well, I don't have right now.
Yeah.
There is the character that, of course, has no health and dies in a single hit, but it's just like they don't. Hey, wow, that thing is like really fast.
Yeah, that was.
Anyway, let's try one more time. One more.
Okay.
Considering that it's just like that was a very small rock damage up. Hey, also speed down, which another thing with this fun character that's really fun is the fact that he already has like very low speed to start with compared to other characters. That's why I died there. So, I'm feeling it, baby. That's okay though. That's okay.
Yeah,
he also gets like better shots
like,
too.
Stats that's like, you know, it's so crucial. Like in D&D, like I've got a character with like 8 decks, and it's so frustrating because like everything you do is just like less effective.
Yeah, I can believe that. But I mean, it's just like speed here is really just your movement speed. But you know, like for the most part, you can get away with not having it, and there's a lot of items that tend to give you speed ups. It's like when you don't have it, you feel it.
I wonder if my brother is gonna watch this. I think I asked him. I showed him your channel, and I think he subscribed to you. So
maybe. Ooh, hey, fanny pack. You know, on getting hit throws out an item. It's like that's good.
He's also
Apple,
a much bigger fan of Binding and Isaac than I am. Like he's probably up there with you in terms of like thousands of hours.
I don't actually have thousands of hours. I've only got like 500.
Okay.
It's like I was able to get through this game surprisingly quickly. There are other people that it's like I know have. Yep.
I don't think it's surprising at all. This is just this is your strength. It's knowing a bunch of rules and how to.
You know, that is true. It's like I'm basically a human wiki of this game. So, and that's why I'm just like, you know, hey, that'd be a good idea to just do this whole thing where I'm like trying to explain stuff. If like the other actual authority on this game, it's just like people still getting confused. It's like, I don't know, maybe I can do something. Maybe there's something here.
And I am totally tuning out your explanations. I'm not learning anything from them, but I'm glad that you're trying.
But I'm doing it for you. Anyway, what to get?
The constructed viewer who is not me.
Oh, whatever. Fine.
It's not like
whatever, I guess. Anyway, Apple random chance to shoot out a razor blade instead of a tear, which does 4 times damage. 4 times damage is good. It does scale with luck, but Keeper starts out at -2 luck. He can get any type of coin dropped from an enemy, which includes luck pennies, which up your luck. So I'll probably have much better luck by the end of this, but it's gonna be a uphill battle.
Greed versus Envy, Ballistic.
Yes, much like the famous movie Ecks versus Sever, Ballistic. We were all wondering about Ecks and Sever and if they were ever going to meet up. And what would it be like? Would it be cordial? Would it be perhaps frustrating for the two? Or would they be totally ballistic? Or would they
end up cooperating?
What? In a movie like that, in a movie like Ecks versus Sever, Ballistic, they ended up cooperating?
Yeah, you know, I would be shocked if that happened. I don't know. I've never seen it. Has anyone ever seen that?
I don't think anybody's ever actually seen that movie.
I just read like the Wikipedia summary.
I just know the name of the movie.
But they do end up collaborating.
I assume they do. There's Lucky Venom that I was talking about.
They realize that all along they really need to be joining up.
they were too busy ballisticking each other when they need to ballistic the real foe.
They need to go after the ballistic organization that keeps them both in chains.
Yeah, it's a real like the plot of the
Matrix
Hitman movies is what I was trying to think of.
What was that?
Hitman movies? You know what?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No. There's our Ecks versus Sever Ballistic bit. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope y'all learned a little bit more about Ecks and Sever and their general mood towards each other and the world.
Well, it's ballistic. They are mad at each other.
What does ballistic imply? Mad?
Well, yeah, you go ballistic on someone.
Is that though?
I mean, I guess it could literally mean like a ballistic, Yeah.
They could be using ballistics on each other, yeah.
But
I shouldn't buy anything here. I'm trying to go out.
They're not mad. They're just shooting missiles at each other.
They could just be shooting. Do we know that that's not what the movie is about?
I don't know for 100% sure. It's been a while since I looked at the wiki.
There's a good Okay, we're going to look up the wiki right... You look up the wiki right now and tell me the plot of Ecks versus Sever Ballistic.
Let's see.
I swear to God, if you don't come here with a book report on everything related to Ecks versus Sever Ballistic...
1,000 words by Monday.
Yeah, I better have the Ecks versus Sever report on my desk by Monday or you're fired.
See, so
how successful as a movie was it?
It was not successful even.
Yeah.
Like it was $70 million budget, $20 million box office.
Ooh, oh, whoa, that's pretty bad. I mean, I guess it's not the worst I've ever seen.
$50 million. That just there are 100,000 people who had to get new jobs.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that like the corporations are gonna survive. Like the Ecks versus Sever would be fighting, I assume.
This is so.
Just assume.
This plot is so convoluted. I don't even know where to start.
Hey, I got a planetarium. Oh, that's cool. That was unexpected. I need a key though.
Let's see, so.
And money to be able to buy it in the first place. I was gonna need that.
Okay, so they've got a nanobot subplot.
Okay, predictable for Ecks versus Sever Ballistic.
Ecks apparently has the nanobot that will cause heart attacks at will.
Wait a second, I've heard this before.
Yeah, I think what else?
Hey, hold up. Well, whatever.
Let's see.
Did that start out as a different type of movie?
Let's see. So. Okay, so here it is. Here's the punchline. While being transported to jail, his convoy is attacked by Sever, who frees Ecks. After a lengthy conversation, Sever tells Ecks that she's on his side and gives him his base location. Ecks meets Rain, etc. Just like, and oh my God, it's a Persona thing. Yeah, Ecks meets Rain in an aquarium and it's revealed that her death was orchestrated by Gant. Rain ended up believing Ecks had died while he thought she was gone.
What?
It just gets more convoluted with every sentence. Rain then married Gant under the name Vin. It ends up that Gant had Sever's family.
What the hell?
Kidnapping Michael was Sever's revenge. However, Rain reveals that Michael is actually X's son, and Sever's.
Who are these people?
And Sever's kidnapping was for his protection. I have trouble actually reading this plot summary of this movie. So Ecks, Rain, and Sever go to Sever's underground.
No, I'm invested now, I guess.
Bunker in an abandoned train yard while Rain is reunited with Michael. Gant and Ross arrive.
Wait, who's Michael?
With an army of heavily armed DIA agents and a massive battle ensues. Ecks and Sever eventually gain the upper hand.
Wait, hold up. Do Ecks and Sever actually fight each other in this movie?
Ecks and Sever fight each other briefly, and then they realize they're on the same side.
What?
And Sever kills Ross in front of a bunker in a fight in the bunker. Gant tries to retrieve the soft kill in Michael's arm, but is surprised to find it's not there. Sever kills Gant with a soft killing loaded bullet and escapes as the police arrive.
With self-killing
Ecks and Sever looking over the sea, and Ecks thanking Sever for reuniting him with his family. And that's it. That's the ending.
Truly, they were ballistic.
Oh man, that is
holy Christ! Do we have to watch this movie now?
I think we might have to watch this. We weren't like planning on this. This isn't like some, We're not doing like a marketing promo or something. No, this is
Yeah, we're doing a marketing promo for Ecks versus Sever Ballistic.
Yeah, some guerrilla marketing campaign by the producers trying to recoup back, that 50
Trying to
million.
redeem the Ecks versus Sever brand before Ecks versus Sever Redemption comes out.
Well, it's a huge gamble though. Like it's a good upside kind of thing because like you give Doc $100,000 and I guess I get like a little bit of that, like 20,000. I think we agreed, but like
They agreed to have people watch our Persona series.
yeah, so they give us $100,000 and it's like, okay, now you know what, they might get $1 million off of that. That's a huge upside. Like, and then they can recoup some of that 50 million that they've lost back.
Yo, like legitimately, if somebody wants to pay me $100,000 to advertise any movie at all, I'm talking about like any movie.
Any movie,
any movie. Well, don't make me advertise porn. No, I'll take porn. What am I talking about? I'm not too proud to do porn.
As long as it's not too tasteful.
Oh, tasteless. Or
yeah.
wait. Did you say that correctly?
Yeah, I did. That was a joke.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
well, this is no longer about Binding of Isaac, apparently, and is now our Ecks versus Sever podcast.
Well,
I thought that this was going to be called the two-hander episode, but I guess it's going to be called Ecks versus Sever Fancast. And people are going to be just so very confused.
And it's like, I want to be clear, this is a movie that neither of us has actually seen.
No, I know because it's got a very funny name.
Yeah, it's like you and it's got a reputation as one of the worst movies of all time. Like,
does it? I don't even know that.
Oh, yes.
I just know that it was a movie called Ecks versus Sever, and I've never heard of Ecks or Sever before.
I think Roger Ebert gave it 0 stars or something. It was like,
wow, that's harsh. I mean, not that
actually,
harsh.
it was. On Rotten Tomatoes, the film has a rare approval rating of 0%. Reviews from 118 critics.
I don't know. After hearing that, I'm just so curious now. It's like, what is this movie? Is it really just like a bunch of weird, like, spy cliches that are just? I mean, it must be, right?
Yeah. Well, Roger Ebert gave the film half a star out of 4, and I don't think he gives 0 stars. He might, and later listed it on his most hated movies list. He said of the film, Ballistic, Ecks versus Sever is an ungainly mess, submerged in mayhem, occasionally surfacing for cliches, overloaded with special effects and explosions, lighting continuity, sanity, and there's nothing wrong with the title Ballistic, Ecks versus Sever that naming it Ballistic would not have solved. Strange that they would choose such an ungainly title when in fact the movie is not about Ecks versus Sever, but about Ecks and Sever working together against a common enemy. Although Ecks, Sever, and the audience take a long time to figure that out.
Yeah.
So it kind of reminds me of like
so it was
Persona.
basically exactly what I thought.
What was that?
So it's basically exactly what what?
Yep.
I don't. Okay. So, I look forward to seeing this movie.
Yeah.
I think it sounds like it's basically the Demolition Man, except just worse.
Yeah. It sounds like
worse in every way.
No, it's like one of those classic like B movie films. It's just it's not good. It's just.
Oh no! There's no fucking way that this is good. Like, did you hear that plot summary? It sounds like a bunch of garbage cliches.
It honestly does sound very similar to like how we would describe Persona, except Persona takes 100 hours instead of 2.
Oh yeah, if Persona didn't take that long, it's just like we would listen to this plot summary. We would listen to that plot summary of like what happened with Futaba, and I'd just be like, I'm kind of curious.
Yeah,
but then I'd be like, oh, that's 40 hours
Persona,
into the game.
Persona is basically like 50 of those strung together. Like, oh, and then they find out that Futaba's not real, or Alibaba is Futaba, and her mother didn't actually die, or maybe she did.
No, she definitely died.
Oh,
no, we can't just do
so
Persona again.
I'm trying to avoid spoilers, yo.
Who cares? Oh no! Well, it's just the Persona.
Well,
that's what you sound like.
We care about.
That's what I
spoilers,
sound
if we
like.
found out how this game ends, we probably won't finish it.
Oh, I know how the game ends.
Okay, fair enough.
I just have to, gotta keep a mum gag order. Is that even? Hey, look at that book that killed me last time. I can't even afford it now. Sad. Such is life. Anyway.
I like that all of our, like, anytime we do a two-hander, it just turns into a nonsense podcast. Like, that's so metatextual that it just...
This stupid fucking movie that's not even good. We're just like, hey, what is that movie? And here we are, like a half hour later, worse off for it.
Yeah. Like,
or better? I mean, we're now going to go watch it, I think. I got to figure out how to, but like...
Yeah, I mean... Just have
it's
a track of us, like, well, we
it's not even about Ecks versus Sever. Do we have to mention that again?
Well, I just wonder who wins. Like, who wins the battle of Ecks versus Sever?
Whoever wins, we lose. Of course.
Oh, yeah.
That's how it always goes,
wins,
right?
It's gonna be Ballistic.
Whoever wins, we Ballistic. And that's the moral of the story, everybody. In the battle of Ecks versus Sever, we're the Ballistic ones. Like, look inside. Truly, we were the Ballistic the entire time.
Yeah, it's like, and it's some weird
Roger Ebert
thing with like intelligence services and police and just like, it's it's like a heist kind of movie or like an action movie because, that's not gonna be trouble, but it's just like, just everything about it sounds like it's just got such a convoluted. Like, why was that a 90-minute plot? Like that
was a 90. Yeah, so you're telling me that it was also only just barely feature length too?
It was 91 minutes. I'm looking
oh yeah, baby, that's the sign of a good movie.
$70 million for a 90-minute movie in 2002. So you can just imagine.
That's later than I thought it was.
Like, I think that was still during a recession.
Oh, that was definitely during the recession. 2001, 2000. Yeah.
Yep.
But that's, I don't know. That feels. I name checked Demolition Man there, and that was like 1991. That's much later than it should be. That's an embarrassing amount of time later. Oh, come on, man. Anyway, if we're going to actually go for
Roger Ebert has said, nobody ever wants to, nobody ever sets out to make a bad movie. I don't know if that was Ebert who said that, but yeah, it's like, so I just wonder what process led to that. That is kind of the compelling thing here.
There are people that it's just like, when you do just like a little bit of prying, when you peel back the surface, it's just like they really did believe in this movie.
Yes.
Really did believe that the story of Ecks and Sever and their confrontation had to be told.
Well, it's funny. I think the coupon sketch was probably before that, so it probably predates the
we're not even doing the we're not even technically doing the Persona bingo card, but we still got it anyway.
Yes. Well, we just did record an episode before that. That's why we're thinking about it, probably. Also,
yeah, most definitely.
Also, because this series is kind of like what we do these two-handers for the most part right now.
True. I mean, it's just like this is a special one-off, or I don't know. There are people asking me. It's just like, hey, when are you gonna have a second guy on with like Dead Cells or something? And I'm just like, I just like keeping it consistent. Like I start out a series and I have like a specific format that I'm doing. Like here's Persona is post commentary. Persona is post commentary, and it's I play ahead of everything all the time. Blah blah blah. It's like I should just have you on one of the streams or something at this point. Why not?
Yeah.
It's not like Force Shield, which is the last one that I was trying to do before it turned into the Bloodborne episode. Was like super. I don't know. Okay. Was like super important to have only me talking there because we have so much stuff to talk about. Mm-hmm. It's like, no, you can easily do that. Really.
Yeah, nice.
That's for the Mega Satan fight. Provide that I can even get in the first place. Ugh.
So why do you keep damaging yourself?
I get every time I damage myself, I get something from it.
Okay.
Or there's a chance that I'll get something from it. And that is exactly what I'm doing. It's just like basically the up to, what is it, 9 times? Like, ooh. Okay, there we go. Up to 9 times, it's just like the first chance you get the chance of having like a coin, and like the 5th chance you get the chance of having like a chest. Like the 6th chance you have a chance of getting an item, which I got, as you can see right there, redemption. And like the 9th time you do it, you summon up these angels, and by beating up the angels, you get this key, and that key is going to be important for getting to Mega Satan.
I see, because coins aren't really hard to get when you're the keeper. This is actually a pretty great, like, kind of luck, like an RNG for that.
Yeah, it's like normally you would have to go back and find like hearts or something for this, but it's like as the keeper, all I got to do is just go find coins. I can go bomb the. I can go bomb the donation machine, and it's like guaranteed coins right there. Okay. Now I want to make sure that our current, because this is the second key piece. However, it's like it is an actual full-fledged boss I gotta fight. Thankfully, it's not too powerful, as you can see, but it's like those lasers. Get caught by them, I'm gonna be in a bad position, and there we are. Thankfully, money was already on the ground, so. And if I leave the room, the boss despawns, and I can't get him again.
Okay. So this is kind of an interesting. Like, I like it because it is kind of like the cross between the biblical and like the, like the weird Catholic angel tradition, and then like just what we think of as angels traditionally, because it's kind of got
like winged humanoids, but it's also like faceless.
yeah.
That's cool. Obviously, like the way you normally do that is you would go into the get an angel room by not taking devil deals or something, and then you would. I'm very close. Okay, I'm alive.
Okay, I thought that seemed really odd. Yeah.
What was I saying here? Yeah, it's like you would need to go into the angel room, and then it's just like you would challenge the angels there. But it's like what you can also do is you can also go into those sacrifice rooms, which after a certain amount of sacrifices, you just get the angels to spawn anyway, and then you can just go get the cool you can go get the cool key pieces like that. Otherwise, it's just like there's ways that you can get them otherwise, but not often. It's like you got to be going for the angel rooms or the sacrifice rooms, and that's like those are your major options. Otherwise, got to be very lucky.
Also, what are you keeping in tow here? What are those 3 like copies of you?
Those are skeletons that I got from my active item, the Book of the Dead.
Okay, so that's like a necromancy thing and the class roguelike thing.
Yeah, basically the way it works is that in rooms where I kill enemies, when I use that book, 6-room recharge, it will cause like the corpses from the enemies to turn into little bone bones that will like circle around me. They'll block shots and stuff like that, which is good. And it will also spawn friendly skeletons to go around and like shoot bones at enemies. It's like, yeah, it's defensive, offensive. It's a great item. And bam, there we go again. Oh, and here's more sacrifice room if I wanted to go play that a few more times. You always, every single time, it resets on each floor. That it's just like you have the chance of getting more items. You can fight the angels again. I wouldn't recommend it. You don't get anything after the first time. But it's just like, yeah, you can get like items. You can get like a bunch of consumables, everything like that. If you can do that, it takes a really long time. And there's also that risk, of course, that you get like the bombs. Because one of the things that you get eventually is just a bunch of bombs which explode on you, and that's just the nature of it.
Okay, so those can kill you. The skeletons, do they just continually respawn?
No, it's just a chance of when you use in a room where you killed enemies to have the skeletons spawn instead of getting like one of the little orbitals that block projectiles.
Okay.
So basically, I'm just getting lucky whenever I'm getting a few of them spawning.
Nice.
It's like basically I want to try and get as many of those as possible due to the whole like low health thing that the keeper has going. Well, we're just talking about Binding of Isaac again. Weird how we just pivoted on that. But anyway. Yeah, Book of the Dead is a real good item, but it's just like, I don't know. I usually prefer, like anything that gives me good defense, I usually prefer for active items just in general because, yeah, it's easier to get damage just by yourself, and like special items that you get for active items are more common, I want to say. There we are. That said, hey, this is a pretty decent run, all things considered, for a keeper run.
not to jinx it, but you really seem like you've got a lot of weapons and defense.
Getting that planetarium really helped because the item that I got was a plus damage up, as well as allows me to crush rocks just by shooting tears at them. Which, I mean, rocks often tend to have stuff inside of them. Mm-hmm. Sometimes enemies like that. There we are. And it's like I can also open secret rooms with it. It's a lot of good stuff. It's a lot of stuff that will contribute a lot to having a good run.
Yeah. I mean,
planetarium items are just really, really powerful.
Surrounded by stuff. And so even if you have a, like, you have some bad luck with, like, the rooms or something, you've got a pretty good handle on what's going on here. Like, you've got
I'll be able to block a lot of shots before those are destroyed. Mm-hmm. And I still think I'm going for the Mega Satan fight. I mean, after all, I did take the time to get the key in the first place, which is probably a good idea. That full card would be useful if I go for
in this expansion. Is Mega Satan like an ultimate boss, or is it just like the final boss for some?
There's several different final boss. I mean, basically, like each one of the marks on this card can be said to be a final boss, except for like the boss rush.
Okay, that makes sense. So it's kind of more structured around achievements than like literally like one ultimate enemy.
I think in total there's like 22 endings in this game.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Although like 10 of those are for beating Mom's heart 10 times.
Yeah,
like that. Defensiveness. Botfly just shoots some shielded shots at stuff, giving me even more protection over time. It's like that's even more defense against, projectiles at the very least.
Yeah, so this is really one of those where it's like the only really major barrier left is just the fact that you have 2 health.
I got so little health. It's like, on a regular character, if I was like rocking a full health bar right now, I'd be doing fine. I'd be like, this is totally cool. I would say that I'd probably be very likely to have a successful run right now. Damage is good. I mean, it's certainly the quad shot that the character just has naturally helps a lot as well. But it's just like, this would be a great run if I wasn't going to die in 2 hits.
Your glass cannon. Literally. Or not literally.
Well, there is an actual literal item called the glass cannon.
That's not surprising. It seems like anytime I use like a turn of phrase.
There's so many items in this game you don't even know, man. Yeah, gotta watch out so that I don't get slam-a-jammed. Oh no, I thought I was... I'm so close every single time, and yet it doesn't happen. I don't even know how. Ooh, okay. There we go. Okay, now. Got a Devil Deal, got Polaroid or negative. I think I'm going to end up taking the negative because that is plus damage.
Okay.
Which is good. Ooh. What's this? Notices bulge. Okay, so.
What does that noise mean?
Okay, so many years ago, like 10 plus years ago, there was an old copy pasta of furries ERPing, and one of the lines was, "Oh whoa, notices bulge."
Oh.
And I'm taking Brimstone. I lose my redemption thing, but whatever. I'm gonna take this too. For fun. So that turns. Well, I get a very large charge time, but it's like, look at that.
Nice.
That's some good stuff. I think they'll still break like rocks. They'll still break like rocks too, and everything. Now the problem is though that it's just like I got a really big charge time, but it does do a lot of damage. I don't know. Brimstone is one of those items that is just like has been in the game since the very earliest versions of it. A lot of people like it, including myself. But to be honest, it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like questionable as to the actual usage, especially when you got like really big charge up time like this.
It's fun to use though.
It's fun. It's a big laser. It's called Blood Laser Barrage. It's described as Blood Laser Barrage for good reason now.
Oh yeah.
That's why I wanted to do it anyway.
I think it's a good match for this because you can kind of clear out an area with it and then go pick up the coins.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, even if I get hit, it's like, it's not as easy to clear out all the coins, but past this point, I actually get significantly less, if they all just walk on the spikes. Idiots. I get significantly less, like, item rooms and stuff anyway, so picking up coins is not that big of a deal. I'm not going to be buying nearly as many things. Give me that defense. It's going well so far, like I said, but, You never really know when it's going to turn and all that. Nothing. Well, I mean, more. Oh, it's a bloat, everybody. Everybody's favorite horrible, just awful boss. Thankfully, went down really quick there, so.
Yeah.
When blood clot, damage plus range up. Well, range doesn't really matter when I have infinite range due to the whole laser thing.
Yeah.
Damage, I think damage up still applies, though. More damage, good. More damage, faster rooms, faster fights. Oh, man. Honestly surprised that I managed to get this far with Keeper right now. I was fully expecting, like, after the first couple of runs being total disasters, that it's just like, you know, we wouldn't be doing this for too long.
You haven't beaten Mega Satan, is that right?
I've beaten Mega Satan. I mean, I've beaten Mega Satan dozens of times because of the other characters, but not as Keeper.
That's nice, yeah.
Keeper is going to be a new unlock.
Yeah, I can imagine there are certain combinations that are especially hard to get. Is that true? Is this one of those, like, where, okay, you know, get it in Mega Satan with it, that's a self-accomplishment. I mean, I
want to say that it's just like most bosses. I mean, like, if you have a good run, you're probably okay. It's just characters like the Keeper and characters like the Lost, the two real challenge characters of the game who have very limited amounts of health.
I see. Yeah. So it really just comes down to it's a cursed run, basically, and it's these rules. And it makes it hard to get to a good run at all, much less the run of your choice.
It's very likely that you're just going to end up dying in the first floor, as we've seen already, due to hubris or otherwise.
Well, the good thing about that is, though, like, you do the Feast of Famine, like, you just starve immediately. Like, you know.
I mean, I don't know. I've actually had, like, a lot of pretty good runs that have started out sort of questionable, where the enemies... okay. Ah! Yeah. I'm alive.
It seems like you're doing pretty well against this boss.
It's good. The charge time, though, of course, leaves something to be desired, but that shouldn't be any surprise, you know, given
but with
the
bosses,
fact that I knew that from the very
really
beginning.
Matter because they've got, like, the phases and stuff anyway.
Just kill him. Okay. Oh, no! Well. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Look, all I gotta do is just go kill one more enemy, it'll drop a coin, I'll be fine. I just didn't want to get caught by the death. Yeah.
Ooh.
That was Pestilence. One of the riders. He's dead now. Yeah, that could appear as like a straight up boss on a different floor. Yeah.
We have the 4 horsemen will be backed up as well.
Oh yeah, and there's also super forms of them too.
I feel like this has everything that's in the Bible and more.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff like that. I mean, we saw like the Eve earlier that we saw when I was doing one of the non-recorded ones at the Sumptorium. It's like that's a holy straw basically. It's used in like obscure rituals in Christianity. Sumptonium, whatever it's called. Latin words. Now come on, Monstro 2, quit messing around here. You're not going to survive. Yeah. Anyway, now it's very unlikely that I'm going to be getting any, hey, good amount of bones, though. Now it's very unlikely that I'm going to be getting any kind of, items to buy, but whatever. We're going to do this anyway. As it is, I also have yet to kill the boss for this floor and everything, so it's like, hey, there's... Alright. Those enemies explode, which is why I was trying to be careful around them. And apparently one was still alive. Cool stuff. Okay, good. That's money.
It seems helpful that every chest seems to have at least 1 coin.
Well, I mean, usually it's like, for most other characters, that wouldn't really matter too much.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, you don't have anything to spend money on now. But Keeper greatly appreciates it.
Well, that reason extra coin there, like, because it would make Keeper maybe different.
Yeah, probably should have. To be honest, regular Keeper who does not get money dropped when he kills enemies usually should do that. But it's like, oh, my bones, my bone men. But it's just like, Tainted Keeper. It's a little bit different because of, it's just a little bit different character. That's the entire point of like the Tainted characters and everything. That is Sloth. Two of them. And they're gone now. They're dead. Killed them.
What are the cards? There's different card systems. So there's tarot, and then there are also just like traditional playing cards.
There are playing cards, but the only playing cards ones are aces. Let me see if I can remember this. Aces, 2 of the suits, and Queen of Hearts. Oh, and Joker.
Okay.
Joker gives you entrance into the Angel Devil room, depending on what you would normally have. Where am I going? Damn it, that's always a problem with going into these later areas. However, this is a room clear. It will turn all enemies into hearts immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and aren't bosses like Mega Fatty here. Which, I mean, technically, it's just like, yeah, he's playing the part of a regular enemy, but he is otherwise a boss he would fight. Because I'm late enough in the game. Anyway, let's just do this. Oh, yeah. Would have turned him into hearts, except obviously Keeper doesn't get hearts. They just immediately turn into flies. His gimmick. But it's just like, yeah. The rest of the Teratoma things are still considered hearts. Not taking that. Occasionally causes Mom's foot to stomp down, which is not very useful for me. That, however, is a crawl space, which probably has an item in it. It does not. It has a door stopper in it. Actually, I will take that. Because that means that basically the door that you come through stays open. So you can just leave if you don't want to fight the enemies. There's a good reason for that, as I'm sure you can probably guess. Normally, though, you usually get like an item in there.
Does that work on like the devil doors?
I don't think it works on like boss doors or devil doors. Or well, I mean, devil door I don't think usually traps you in it.
Oh, I mean just like to hold it open.
Let's see, does it?
Or no?
Oh, it does. There we go. This is a regular Satan. This is not Mega Satan. But hey, if I am looking pretty bad, I can just leave. For whatever that's worth. Good.
Wow.
Well, I mean, that's not actually Satan. That's the Fallen. His, like, homeboy. Thankfully, the book right now, Book of the Dead, is actually keeping me pretty safe from his projectiles. And here's where I'm going to be worried because... Oh, wait, no, actually, I already took out half his health. Okay, well, never mind. Satan went down pretty easy.
Okay, yeah. This seems like a really, really solid run. Like, this is maybe overpowered.
Oh, it's... Well, we'll see. We still got Mega Satan, after all.
Okay, I mean, not like game-breaking or anything, just...
Take that. I will... Whatever, I might as well take it. I got the money for it. Yeah. If I wanted to die, I would use this. I'm not going to. And Oculus Rift. Or Ocular Rift. And that's Mega Satan door right there. I can just go in there right now, and I will.
Okay.
There is actually a boss that I can fight on this floor, and I have yet to fight them and everything, but it's just like, I'd rather just take my chances at Mega Satan and not accidentally die in one of the rooms, which would be embarrassing. Okay. Yeah, he gets his own Brimstone Beam. The Mega Blast Beam is what it's called. Also, hey, I gotta fight a bunch of bosses over the course of this. Hey, he's Mega Satan for good reason.
Yeah.
Ocular Rift, as you can see, causing enemies to be kind of like a kept in one place. Ugh, that was scary. Done.
That was scary,
but I'm alive. There. Can't see my health, though, due to curses, unfortunately.
Oh, that's wild.
Okay.
I think that would be very difficult for specifically this
other characters, certainly. It's really fine for the Keeper. I have 2 hit points.
Yeah, I understand, but it's like just keeping track of that feels like that could screw you over at some point.
And it certainly can. But like, yeah. Okay. But like, actually, it's not too bad because you see that crown on my head? If I only have 1 health, it will light up red. So that's how you'll know. Because it only works if you only have a single hit point. If you only have a single hit point remaining.
Okay.
And it gives me a buff, but it's just like, I don't know, mostly it's going to be used to tell how much health I have right now.
This seems like a really powerful, like, mini-boss.
Oh, that was actually the angels, the ones that I fought earlier. Except the dark version of them.
They seem to have more health.
Oh my god! Okay then. Ocular Rift, good for keeping a lot of projectiles out of my face, but not always. take that. Okay.
Nice.
It's good. I mean, enemies. Okay, good. That's phase 1. There's only 2.
So that's pretty rough.
But it's just like, hey, I only got hit once, and I managed to survive. And also, Ocular Rift actually, like, legit doing a lot of good stuff because it really just sucks in all those bullets. Just a chance for them to suck in, but it's like with Brimstone, it's happening pretty regularly, all things considered. Come on.
Like, these phases have so much health.
They sure do, but it is a final boss.
Yeah.
It is Mega Satan. Okay, Oculus Rift still doing good. Just keep doing good. Yeah. There you can see how the fires just suddenly get sucked right back in. And I don't think he has like the whole Mega Blast like he did before able to do. So it's just like I'm actually pretty safe to stand directly in front of him, unlike usual. There's that bot fly item that I was picking up that is just like sniping all of those fires there.
Yeah, that's really nice.
It's like normally you can't get like every one of these bullets, but it's actually like, yeah, oh, hey, did it. Ah!
Wow, nice.
Man,
like
that was a rough one.
Incredibly hard if you didn't have like a really good run.
Yeah, but it's like, hey, Golden Penny. I can't believe that it's just like, for all those terrible runs at the beginning, we actually managed to get like a win with the Keeper.
Things. Well, it almost seems like that one is more attuned to like explaining what you're doing, because you have to think through like, okay, here's the simple mechanic to do over and over and over. There's a lot less to think about in a certain way because it almost clarifies. I'm sure you do better with cursed runs on streams than I don't know. Maybe not.
I mean, the streams are where I've had the Lost, the character with no health, actually be successful. So that's something.
Oh.
Well, all right, let's end the episode here then.